If you have 3 or more children, the UK government has just announced plans that could affect your family. In the 2025 autumn budget, the government announced that the controversial two-child benefit cap is being fully abolished.
I can announce today, fully costed and fully funded, the removal of the two-child limit in full from April. We on this side of the house. It's amazing what people get so angry about, and we've seen their true colours today. The thing they get angry about is lifting children out of poverty.
From April 2026, families can receive the child element of universal credit or child-related tax credits for every child, not just the first 2. This ends a policy introduced in 2017 that had prevented benefits for third and subsequent children in most families, a rule that critics said pushed larger households deeper into financial hardship, especially as living costs soared over the years.
And I know that the government wants to see living standards rise, and the one group of people who have suffered the biggest cut in living standards is the poorest families in our country, partly because of the two-child rule. I know the government wants to have a budget that is about fairness, and there is no group that deserves fairer treatment than those people who have suffered over these last 15 years.
The change is significant. From next year, the child element of universal credit will apply to all children, regardless of birth order. This is not a small tweak or a partial reversal. It's a full reinstatement of support for children.
Some people end up in circumstances that are beyond their control, and if they haven't got a support network there financially, what do they do? Children don't choose to be born, and I don't think children should be punished or disadvantaged because their parents can't afford.
We all want children. I've got 2 children, but if you want more, pay for them yourselves. Don't keep asking this country for everything. We've got bigger problems.
What you're doing is you're denying society potential kids who are going to grow up into people who are going to benefit society as a whole, and I just think that that's wrong at the moment, and the way that it should be changed. End of story, really.
Government model suggests that by the end of this Parliament, around 4,500 fewer children could be living in low-income households as a result. So, for larger families and lower-income households, the benefits are potentially life-changing. Families with 3 or more children who previously received no extra payments for a 3rd or 4th child now have each child counted in their benefits. This could mean a significant boost to household income, helping cover essentials like food, energy bills, rent and childcare. For many, this extra money could mean the difference between falling behind or making ends meet. Beyond finances, the change sends a symbolic message. The state is no longer treating children in larger families as a cost burden, but supports them all equally. However, the picture isn't entirely straightforward. Not every family with 3 or more children will be automatically better off. Some families will still struggle despite the removal of the cap, meaning that even with the two-child rule gone, some families may not see the full benefit increase. Similarly, families whose income occasionally fluctuates above eligibility thresholds may find their support moderated. Rising living costs, particularly in housing, energy and food, also mean that the extra benefit may help, but not completely cover day-to-day expenses. Families with unstable or irregular income might still face financial pressure, regardless of the additional payments. And there's also the practical issue of timing, as the changes only come into effect in April 2026. Families applying before that date or adjusting their circumstances might encounter paperwork delays or confusion about eligibility. Despite these challenges, the abolition of the two-child cap represents a significant shift in government priorities. It signals a renewed commitment to tackling child poverty and supporting families, regardless of size. By making benefits available for all children, the government is acknowledging that every child deserves equal support, which represents a break from the austerity-era policies that previously limited assistance. The real impact of this change will be felt most by families themselves. For a single parent with 3 children, especially one working part-time or low pay, removing the cap could mean the difference between keeping up with rent and falling behind. For larger families in high-cost areas, the additional benefit could allow for more stable access to essentials like meals, school supplies, and even a modest savings buffer. It provides not only financial relief, but also a measure of long-term stability for children who might otherwise face insecurity. Yet, for some households, particularly those already juggling multiple pressures such as debt, high housing costs, or fluctuating incomes, the extra support may only make a modest difference. The effect of this policy will vary widely depending on individual circumstances. Even with the cap removed, there are still risks and challenges that families need to consider. Families may still be affected by overall benefit caps if they receive multiple support payments, which could reduce or cancel out some of the gains from removing the 2-child limit. Rising costs of living mean that even additional benefits may be offset by higher bills for energy, housing and food. The sustainability of these changes also depends on future government budgets, which could tighten support if economic conditions worsen. Administrative issues and delays could prevent families from accessing payments promptly, and social and political debates around family size could influence how benefits are adjusted in the future. Overall, removing the 2-child benefit cap is a historic and important step. It restores support for children who were previously excluded from benefits, helping families put food on the table, maintain stability, and give children a fairer start. For many, it reduces the financial strain and provides a safety net that had been missing for years. But at the same time, the new changes do not erase all challenges. Rising costs, benefit caps and administrative hurdles mean that not every family will experience the same level of relief. The impact will depend on household income, the number of children, living costs and other circumstances.
And if it wasn't already clear that Labour are the party of welfare, not the party of working people, it is clear now. Because these changes they are making are not fair, they are not right, and we will oppose them every single step of the way.
If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.